I got into a Genesis. This is luxury. Whether it's a sleek G70 or the GV80 with that third row, these are high-end vehicles with payments that actually make sense. Go see Michael. Tell him Sid sent you. Genesis of Brooklyn. Find him at genesisofbrooklyn.com.
Send Help is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
We're somewhere in the Gulf of Thailand.
Getting us out of here should be your focus. I'm your boss. You work for me.
We're not in the office anymore.
It's bold, relentless, and endlessly rewatchable. Discover why critics give it 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
You're so fired.
Oh, am I? No help is coming.
Send Help, rated R, now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
These unruly Knicks fans in New York City, which did embarrass our city. I'm sorry. I know mostly everybody behaved, thousands and thousands, but it only takes a couple of people to screw it up for everybody. And you know that these other cities, all they showed were buses on fire and idiots dancing on ambulances and hanging from streetlights. So it wasn't a good look for New York last week. Agree or disagree?
Oh, it wasn't a good look at all. But our people were out there, especially our detectives were out there doing their job and, people keeping people safe, And it's a shame that you have some of these people that want to come to New York and react this way, whether to be, beating the heck out of a bus or beating the heck out of people, going against Spur fans and crazy stuff like that. I mean, it was just out of control. Some of the stories I heard from some of these detectives that got hurt. And you know what, Sid? The next day they were back to work. They got hurt. They effected arrests. People were out of jail probably before they got home. And they still continue to do their job, whether they come back to work hurt or and it's crazy. Like everything that's going on. I called, we had about 8 detectives hurt in the last 2 games. And I called each one of them and they told me their story. They had one person grabbing, the last game, grabbing one of our members' helmets because they had the helmets on. Because the bottles being thrown at them, hitting the head and everything else, and pulling their straps and bit the guy, and and the bottom line is this is what we're dealing with. This is what law enforcement deals with in New York City, and then the mayor comes out and there was a statement where he said nobody should be threatened or harmed or abused wearing a Spurs jersey. Well, how about this? How about no New York City police officer should be able to be abused and be people in their faces and get punched in the face and spit in the face and everything else that goes on here in New York. That's what should not be happening. Not a guy with a Spurs jersey walking through, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, right, exactly. That guy deserves to get his ass kicked. No, not the cops. No, but on a serious note, you've asked for months. I played the video on here, and it was a very fair ask. You said, listen, when my gorgeous wife walks down the street, you can't be whistling at her and tell her how hot she is. The mayor's okay with that, but when a cop walks by, you can call him or her a dirty pig and spit in her face. And you've been begging the mayor for weeks, for months, to please do something about that. And clearly he's done nothing about it, right? Nothing.
Well, we have the bill that's up in the Senate and the Assembly. We're going to be working on it hard. They're on break now. They're back. We had some good bills done up there this time around. And we're going to see if the governor signs them. Otherwise, we're going to lose a lot of people are going to retire by the end of July. I have 1,000 detectives out of 5,000 that can retire. They're going to leave the job. So the bottom line is that we need to get some legislation signed off on by the governor sooner than later. Otherwise, we need to stop the bleeding here with members because we need experience. We need experienced detectives out there, and we're losing our experience every day. People ask me, well, why just detectives? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because when you become a sergeant or a lieutenant, you take a test for that. When you become a detective, you get trained by experienced detectives, and you're losing your experience every day. And it's a little nerve-wracking what's going to happen here.
Yeah, little. And, there's still people that say to me, Jessica's going to leave. I don't know. I think she's weathered a lot of the storm. I don't know how much more worse it could get. He's been horrible. Visiting the bad guys and not the cops and the snowball fight nonsense and even these watch parties. He's been horrible to the police, and she's still here. Something she'll stick it out because she wants to run for mayor. She wants to stick around in public service as long as she possibly can. But either way, I think she's doing a terrific job. What about you, Scott?
Sure. She's doing a great job. She's dealing with tools that she didn't have with past police commissioners. You know, back when Biggie Smalls died, right? It went crazy. We had huge mace containers that we sprayed everybody because they were going crazy. You know, they used water. They used a lot of horses. Well, guess what? This police commissioner doesn't have those tools in our hands right now that the police are able to utilize, because everybody's worried about the diaphragm compression bill. They're worried about their jobs of touching somebody or being videoed. Back then, I'm using Biggie Smalls as an example.
Yeah.
There was no body cameras. There was no cameras.
Back then you tune these bastards up, and that's why you need immunity right at this point now. You got to have it.
Right, yeah, now you need to have extra insurance, double insurance, and that's why nobody wants to take the job. And you know what? This is why today I'm meeting with over 100 unions through New York State on Zoom and in person.
Wow.
We're discussing on people that we're going to endorse, who we're endorsing this time around in November, who we're going to help because they're going to help policing. And that's what's going to happen today.
Scott, that's a big deal.
Get ready, Staten Island.
The Ferry Hawks host the Hagerstown Flying Boxcars tonight at 7 p.m. It's soccer night, and kids glow around the bases postgame. Saturday at 6:30, it's Broadway night with postgame fireworks and Broadway rave. Sunday at 1:30, it's Military Appreciation Day, and the kids run around the bases.
A great day out for the entire family. Kids run the bases after every Sunday home game. Want the best seats all season? Get more Ferry Hawks for only $63. Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.
Ever wonder where Tropicana got its name? The tropics. And every time you enjoy a glass, you're not just drinking juice, you're taking a trip. Stepping into sunshine and embarking on a flavorful journey into the tropics where ripe fruit is crafted into wildly delicious juice. And the best part? No passport required. Tropicana. Give life some juice.
Hey guys, I found the only gift that Dad wants this Father's Day. Goldbelly. Goldbelly ships the most iconic foods from the best restaurants across the country straight to his door for free. Let him relax and enjoy award-winning barbecue from Texas, epic deep dish pizza from Chicago, or colossal pastrami sandwiches from New York. Make Dad feel like an absolute legend this Father's Day and go to goldbelly.com to get 20% off your first order with promo code DAD. That's goldbelly.com, code DAD.
Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you want, Tire Rack makes it easy. Fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, and convenient installation options. Go to TireRack.com to see tire test results, tire ratings, and consumer reviews, and be sure to check out all the special offers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
So say this again. So today you're going to be on a Zoom with over 100 people and about endorsing
100 unions in New York State. 100 different unions in New York State, police unions. And basically we're going to discuss on how we're going to help the Assembly and the Senate, how we're going to help moving forward those people that helped us, that are pro-law enforcement, that believe in law enforcement, how we're going to get them reelected and what we're going to do. And we're going to talk about the people that aren't in favor of law enforcement and what we're going to do with them. But the bottom line is we're moving forward. We have the New York State Police Alliance that we started. I told you we started in January. We're not going away. We're not going away. You do for police, we'll do for you.
Oh, my God, Scott, you're a great president, man. I mean that. I love Paul DiGiacomo, too. Great guy, but you are really doing a great job. What you're doing today is so important, and, you know, you stay tough, you know, and you certainly care. And I'm proud to call you a friend. That is an excellent job, Scott Munro. Thank you so much.
I'm waiting for our parade. I want the parade for law enforcement to New York City. Let's have our parade. That's what we're waiting for, Sid.
Well, you're going to be waiting at least 3 more years because this prick mayor ain't going to do it. But I'll tell you what, the next guy that wins, if I win, I promise you'll have a parade every week, Scott, okay?
All right. I'll blow the whistle.
No, but you're right about that. Wouldn't it be nice, honestly, if the city actually recognized you guys and girls as the brave, beautiful people you are? Wouldn't that be nice? Is that asking too much? Listen, I was at this Really Day parade. I could do without it. Puerto Ricans yesterday. I don't care, whatever. How about the cops? One time, right? Would be nice, right?
Listen, they're out there working. They were on their feet. They got home at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning from that game, and then they were back for the Puerto Rican Day Parade. They're doing their job. They're doing their job. And then, listen, they're going to be back. They're back to work today again, of course, and then moving Thursday, getting ready for the for the parade.
Yeah.
And listen, they're always out there working. The men and women are out there working, and kudos to the guys and girls out there doing the job.
Scott, you are too. You're great. I love you. I mean it. You're really great. Thank you so much for hopping on today, buddy. Continued success.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Scotty. Scott Munro right there, the president of the DEA, and that is one great cop.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Have no fear. Chosen Foods is here to defend your favorite foods from the forces of seedy oils and sketchy ingredients. With cooking oils, salad dressings, and mayo, all powered by the good fats from 100% pure avocado oil and simple, delicious ingredients. Chosen Foods.